welcome to Core Flow. I know it says stretch session on the live stream. I will take care of that. For some reason, it's YouTube has been reading my feed that way, but this is Core Flow. It's Saturday morning. Hope you're having a great start to your very extended weekend. Reminders, tomorrow I will be doing an shoulders workshop. It'll be a flow class of 90 minutes, but very focused on the shoulders. Last time we did a lot of hip work, and that is at 10 a.m. PST. It's on Zoom, so if you're interested, you have to sign up at derekbarris.com. And that is not archived. That's more interactive because I can talk to you and interact, which is, for me, a lot more fun than talking to a camera. That said, I love doing this as well. It's just nice to see some of you once in a while. Also, derekbarris.com/yoga for the links to this format and donation links and anything of that nature if you're inspired to donate. Just keep doing this until the clubs open back up. And the new Spotify EarthRise yoga playlist has been updated, so if you need some music to accompany this flow, I suggest that. Of course, you can use your own music or none. All right, we're going to do some warm-up work that we did on the stretch session on Thursday, and we're going to focus on a lot of external rotation, but this will be a much more rigorous flow. That said, I want you to extend your legs out in front of you, and then imagine, I guess we got some guests this morning, imagine that, both of them, we're going to work from the head of our femur bones. So you're going to externally rotate both of your legs and then bring them back up. Now you can sit upright here. You can be on a block, although that might be a little prohibitive for movement. And if you can start to lean forward and take your hands onto your feet, you're still originating the movement from your femur bone, the head right there, but then you're just giving a little push down as you get down the chain. And the very last movement is the pushing down of your feet. So feel that full chain movement there from your femur to the end of your extremities here, which would be your feet in this case. And just a couple more, going at your own pace. If you get there and you're like, ooh, that's a good stretch, you can hold it for a moment. I'll take about 2 more rounds. Okay, and then sit back up, and then you're going to keep your left leg. You're going to, I know it's a little tight with this screen. You're going to turn your left foot out so your foot comes to the ground or towards you. You're going to keep this left leg in external rotation, and then you're going to take your right leg and work some external rotation there. So draw your knee in, kind of like a half happy baby, and then extend your leg forward. Right, you can go up higher, you can go out to the side a little bit, really just about playing with angles here, and just warming up that hip. And just, this will be a theme throughout, but paying real attention to, in our movements, our knee lining up over the middle of our foot in our standing poses. And we'll see why that's important as we progress. Now we're going to hold, and you can, again, keep your left foot where it is and start to turn your right hip out as much as possible here. You can hold your calf. You can also slide your right hand under and reach around to the inside or outside of your right foot. This is going to prohibit the stretch a little bit, but it's also going to be a little more intense with that feedback from the arm. So take a few breaths here. Extend out 2 more. It's almost like compass, but really working external rotation a little differently than that pose. And then release that foot down. And then keeping your left foot again in external rotation from your hip. Take your hands behind you and then open your right hip up. It's like almost like a big wide Shavasana, and then bring your knee across. Let's just work that joint a few times this direction. Okay, 2 more. Okay, now since we're going to go to our back next, I'm just going to turn here and take your hands are still behind you, and just take your right leg out more, right out to the side as much as you can, and then keeping that left leg as it is. See if you can tap your right knee to the ground inside of your left knee, and then open it back up. Just noticing the range of motion here you have in this hip. Again, I know I've taught this already this week, very similar, but we're going to do a Warrior 2 base flow once we get up. So I found that when I do this and then come into those poses, I'm pretty warmed up by the time I get to my standing postures. Bring your right knee down, and then you're going to slide onto your back, and then your knee might lift a little bit as mine does, and then slide your left ankle over your right thigh. Press down, and then keep your right shoulder on the ground. So it's a little bit of a twist. I find a pretty intense stretch in my QL, my lower back here. And just 3 breaths here. Okay, and then release your left leg, and then extend both legs out and just shake them out for a moment. Now we're going to do this slow, and then we're going to do it a little more rigorously, which will activate our core. So we're going to do 2 sets of this. So your feet are both in external rotation, and your left leg is going to stay where it is. Your arms can be out to the side, and then just lift your right leg up, also in external rotation, and then lower it back down. Now we're going to do 10 of these. You can go up at the tempo I'm going out, just lifting and lowering, but slow in both directions. Now I really want you to engage your abdominal muscles and drive your left shin down while you do this, so that we have some activation here throughout our entire body. And then we're going to do the same thing. This is 5. And do the same thing sort of in a low boat in a moment. And that's going to get our core fired up even more. I know, buddy. 4. Last 3. Two more. And release. Okay, so both legs are down now. And if you're petting a cat, you're not going to be able to keep doing that. So you're going to lift your chest and arms up. You're going to float your left leg off the ground. And now we're going to do 10 leg lifts on the right side again. Like this. 1. All right, now really hollow out. Pull your navel in. Keep that external rotation. There's 3. Thank you. 4. Everything's engaged now. Extend out through both legs. Core strong. Lift your shoulders a little higher. Halfway through. 5 more. 5. 4. Reach out through both heels for 3. Last 2. Maybe lift a little higher. Final 1. And release down. Hug your knees into your chest. Excuse me. And circle out. This one's a lover, but I need to talk to this microphone, buddy. Okay, now bring your feet to the ground. Let's just do a set of 5. This will be a nice little glute activation. So we're going to do a bridge sequence. Your left foot's going to stay down. Roll your hips up. Pull your right knee to your chest. Extend up to the ceiling. Lower your right leg to meet your left. And then bend your knee. Put your foot down. Roll down. So just a little extension work. We'll do it again. As you lift to bridge, pull your right knee up, extend it up high, drive the ceiling away from you, lower your leg halfway, bend, and roll down. 2. We'll do 3 more. Pulling it up. Releasing that leg forward, bending, and then releasing down. 3. 2 more. Lift, knee in, drive it up. Extend, and then place it down. 4. Okay, 1 more. We're going to hold up when we get here. Let's curl up, extend.
Now 5 leg lifts. You're going to lower your right knee even with your left, and then lift back up. 1. Lower. Lift 2. Keep driving your left foot down. Lower. Up 3. 2 more. 4. Last one. Lift it up high. Lift everything. And then lower it all down. Hug your knees into your chest. Give a squeeze. And rock up to sit. All right, there's one side. Shake out your legs. And now let's do our left leg. So this side, we want the right foot out in external rotation. Bend your left knee. And then, all right, finding that half happy baby and then extend. You're just going to stay with me today. So playing with that. This guy's gonna turn 20 next month. And I got him when he was 2 months old. So he's very accustomed to staying close to me when he wants to. Okay, now, again, next time you extend, work for external rotation in both hips, or you can slide your left hand under and wrap to the inside or outside of your foot. Again, kind of mimics compass, except we're not twisting open in this one. And then just extend out through that leg and take a few deep breaths. Good, 2 more breaths. Keep reaching out. Make sure that right leg is anchoring you right now. Release that foot down and stretch it out. Keep this right leg anchored in external rotation. Bend your left knee and take your hands out. Now open up kind of like a big wide Shavasana, and then bring your knee across. Keep your foot on the ground. Your ankle's going to roll. That's okay. And take 2 more. Okay, now you're going to take your, and I'm going to turn, but you're going to take your left foot out to the side so it's right out from your hip. I'm sorry, I know you like the mat. And keep that right foot in external rotation, bring your left knee inside of your right knee now, and then open it back up. Okay, 2 more. And lower it down. Now as you come down, this time we're going to lie onto your back and then bending your right knee, crossing your right ankle over your left thigh, and then finding that twist. And then keep your left shoulder on the ground. Just take a few breaths here. And you control the intensity. The more you press through your right ankle, the more outer thigh and then QL stretch you're going to feel. Just take 3 more deep breaths here. So instead of a traditional sort of jump back vinyasa, have a vinyasa today. It's going to require squatting and walk backs. And so this should also set you up pretty nicely for when we get to our squats. Okay, release your legs out and then shake them out. Now remember, first set is everything is down, but we're still contracting, right? So your arms could be out here. Your right leg stays in external rotation, and then so does your left leg. You lift your left leg up and then lower it down 1. So right now, thinking about really engaging in center, right? Lengthening your body. So if you want to feel a connection as you drive your right heel away, lengthen the crown of your head as well. And in that center point, you're trying to lengthen and flatten your lower back towards the ground. Keeping the curve is fine right now. We're going to lose it in the next movement. So we're halfway through here. Three more. Final 2. And 1. Okay, now lift your chest up, extend your arms out, hover both legs up, and now let's do 10 leg lifts here, just in that left leg from our low boat position. Now your lower back should really be flattened on the ground and extending out through your right heel and through your left heel as it lifts up, and you're trying to get your shoulders up a little bit higher for more intensity here, and then but not crowding your shoulders by your neck. All right, we're halfway through already. 5 more. 5. Final 3. And last one. And release. Hug your knees into your chest. Okay, do that little bridge thing. We'll do one more glute core activation on our back, and then we are going to start our flow, get right into it. So bringing your feet down onto the ground here, setting up for your bridge sequence. As you inhale, lifting up, pulling your left knee to your chest, extending it up, and then first lowering your left knee even with your right, and then hinging from your knee, and then when your foot touches, lower it down 1. Inhale, driving up, pushing your heel to the ceiling, driving your forearms down, extending your left leg, hinging, lower 2. Inhale, keeping that as you extend, and then your exhale, hinge, lower down 3. We got 2 more. 4. Remember, this one we lift, and we're going to do that leg lift sequence. Lift up, extend up. Now lower your left knee, even with your right. Lift it up 1. Lower, lift 2. 3 more, lower, lift, last 2. Lift, drive your forearms down. Last one, lower, lift, drive your heel higher to the ceiling. Bend, bring it on down. Hug your knees in, take a breath. Okay, so again, we did this one on Thursday. If you took that stretch class, set up a bridge, come into your feet together, so as if you're going to go to bridge. Forearms are down. Now, the key here is flattening your lower back, really important. So your lower back, if possible, is on the ground. Now here's the thing, when my lower back flattens, my sitting bones lift up. Try to press your glutes down as well. So now everything is lengthening and pressing down. From there, open your knees up. Keep driving your glutes and your core down. And then bring it back. We're gonna do 5 really slow. 1. So usually I do this with a resistance band. 2, this is all based on some ballet stretch and strengthening work my wife was showing me last weekend. 3, and very effective with a band, but I feel plenty without it. Let's come down, hold. 4, so again, remember, lower back and glutes trying to touch down. 1 more, let's lower, let's hold, let's breathe here. So again, drive your glutes down, pull your core in. See if you can open your knees a little wider against that for 2. Keep driving everything to the ground for 1. And release, hug your knees into your chest. Hopefully feel a little bit warmed up. That was quite a bit for a warm up. Rock forward and back. Let's meet in downward facing dog. So coming out into it here, pedal out through your feet. A moment here just to acclimate, see how especially your posterior feels as you start to pedal out, warm up. Now we're going to be doing these modified up dogs all throughout our flow today. So it's kind of a derivation of a rolling wave. So let's take the first couple slow, and then we'll start to build our flow. Drive your heels back. As you round your upper back into plank, get that nice cat back, and then when you get to plank, let your hips sink, pull your heart forward, but your toes remain tucked. Now on the way back from center, pull your core around your back and roll it back. Roll it out. So I get that rolling wave, and then everything is strong, and then we get this nice stretch, little heels back, little foot stretch there. Pull in, round it back, 2. One more like that. Roll it out. Sink. Now pull up from center. That's going to be so important for how we're building this today, because that transition is everything. It's going to get a little more rigorous now. Roll it out. Sink your hips. Inhale. Now pull from center. Lift your right foot. Step your right foot outside of your right hand. Tap your back knee to the ground. Take your right hand onto your right thigh. Push it out. Inhale. Now, as you exhale, you're going to straighten both legs. Bring your right hand outside of your left hand. Stretch across. Inhale. Take your thigh. Tap your knee down. Open. Exhale across. 2. 2 more. Ready? 3. Let's get in that external rotation in our right hip. 1 more. And out. 4. Now bring your right hand inside of your right foot. Rebend your front knee. Lift your right foot up. Step to that plank. Sink your hips. Pull up. Downward dog. Roll it back. Step your feet as wide as your mat. Walk your hands back slowly. Right? I don't want you to just slide back. I want you to push the ground away every time, because we're going to do this throughout our flow. Squat, malasana. So here's what I mentioned. Inhale, lift up, stretch out. Option, cactus. Exhale, back to squat. Walk out, plank pose. All right, so again, think about that transition. Take your time. Sink your hips, lift your heart. Now, as soon as you get here, pull your navel in. Left knee extends to your left tricep. Step it wide. Tap your right knee down. Left hand to left thigh. So it's that external rotation. We keep this hip open. Right hand outside of your left hand. Twist. Inhale. Tap your knee. Open. Exhale. Twist. 2. 2 more. 3. One more time. Take it down. And 4. Now, rebend. Left hand into that plank position. Hover your left foot up. Step to that plank. Sink your hips. Round back. Downward dog. Separate your feet wide. Again, push the ground away. Don't just slide your head back. Just push. Push, push, malasana, squat. Stand, inhale. Take it down, squat. From here, traditional vinyasa, plank pose, chaturanga. First up dog, take a breath. Take another inhale. From center, push, round it back. Downward facing dog. Okay, that was just the first round. Now we're going to start playing with the warrior 2s. So, round out, plank. Modified up dog. Inhale. From here, exhale, right knee to nose, round your back, step forward. Warrior 2. Open up. Reverse your warrior. Inhale. Hands down. Chaturanga, up dog, flow. You can always modify. There is a lot of forward movement in our sequence, but we will take traditional vinyasas as well. Roll it out, plank. Sink your hips. Exhale, left knee to nose, round, push the ground away. Step, warrior 2, open. Reverse. Hands to the ground. Chaturanga, flow back. From your down dog, separate your feet, push, walk it back, push, 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 Smalasana. To stand, inhale. Exhale that back bend. Optional every time. Okay, second round. Walk out to plank. Sink your hips, modified up dog. Right knee to nose, push the ground away. Stay with me, drop your right shin inside of your hands. Sink your hips, lift your heart. Now, one-legged chaturanga, shoot your right leg back. Down dog split, press up. Bend your right knee, open up your hip. Warrior two. Open it out. Reverse. Skandasana, left leg. Sit it down. Warrior two. Reverse. Half moon pose, adding our balance now. Lift up. Looking down, chair pose. Sink down top of the mat, lift up. Left elbow, right thigh. Hover your left foot off of the ground. Extend your left leg back. Maybe you can hold it for a breath in that warrior three position. Twisting lunge pose. Take a breath. From center, high lunge. Tap your back knee down, cactus arms. Find a little stretch in your upper back. Inhale. Release your hands. Chaturanga or skip it. Roll it out. Plank, modified up dog. Sink. Now we go. Left knee to nose. Push the ground away. Drop your knee inside of your hands. Sink your hips, lift your heart. And do one push up. Just shoot your leg back. Bend, press up. Down dog split. Scorpion tail, inhale. Knee to nose. Warrior two. Open. Reverse. Skandasana on your right leg. Now through your warrior two, reverse. Your half moon, lift up. Chair pose. Close it down, drop up. Right elbow, left thigh. So from your chair twist, looking down, hover your right foot off the ground. Start to extend it back. Maybe it can stay in the air for a breath. Twisting runner's lunge. Woo. Take a breath here. Find your center, high lunge. Knee down, cactus, inhale. And flow, hands down, take it through. Separate your feet, walk back in, push, 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 push. Malasana squat. To stand, inhale. Take it down, exhale. Walk it out, plank pose. Modified up dog. Right knee to nose, push the ground away. Sink your shin down inside. Little up dog, left heel drives back. Fallen triangle, pull it up, slide it through. Open. Bring your left hand down, spin your back heel up, bend your elbows. Do it again, push up, open. Fallen triangle, push up, two. One more, open. Push up, three. From here, down dog, split. Scorpion tail, open, inhale. Warrior two. Reverse. Skandasana, left leg. Reverse your warrior. Inhale. Half moon, lift up. From your half moon chair twist. Wrap it up, left elbow, right thigh. Drop in. Look down for balance, hover your left foot. Extend it back. And when you're ready, step it. Twisting runner's lunge. Take a breath. High lunge. Tap your knee down. Inhale, finding a little back bend. Hands down. Chaturanga flow. Back to down dog. Okay, roll it out. Plank. Modified up dog. Left knee to nose. Push the ground away. Lower your knee inside of your hands. Inhale. Fallen triangle. Kick through. Open it up. Inhale. Look down. Back heel up. Drop your right hand. A little hard at this angle. Bend your elbows. Press it back up. Inhale. Exhale, 2. One more. Inhale, rotate open. Lower it down, 3. Push it up, down dog, split. Bend your left knee, open up your hip. Knee to nose, warrior 2, open. Reverse. Skandasana, into your right leg. Reverse. Half moon pose, bring it up. Chair, twist, drop down, right elbow, left thigh, right into it. Take a breath. Now looking down for balance, hover your right foot off the ground. See if you can extend that right leg back, hover. And step. Twisting runner's lunge, take a breath. High lunge, inhale, lift up. Low lunge, tap your knee down, finding a baby back bend, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale, flow through. Separate your feet mat distance. Again, walk slow, push, push. Strong center as you walk back. Drop down, Malasana. All right, last time through, press up. Open. Squat back down. Okay. All right, like I said, last flow, a little more rigorous. From your squat, you can walk out, or from here, chaturanga, hop, push back. It's like a little scramble. Hop, push back. Let's do 3 more. Hop, push back. 2. 1 more. Hop, push back. Okay, plank. Walk it out. Sink your hips. Modified up dog. Right knee to your nose. Push the ground away. Lower your knee. Inhale. Fallen triangle. Lift. Kick it through. Open. Flip your dog. Left hand down. Rotate. Open. Take a breath. Now extend your right arm forward. Look down. Warrior 2. Maybe that right arm can stay there. 5 breaths. Settle in. Sink a little lower. Last breath. Reverse your warrior. Skandasana left hip. Now, in your Skandasana, bring your hands down. Left knee over the middle of your foot. Rotate your right foot down. Push your sitting bones back. Walk your hands forward. Push the ground away. And then see if you can bend your left knee more without collapsing your right arch. Breathe here. Three more breaths. Walk forward. Reverse warrior. Take it up. Half moon pose. Pause. Your half moon pose. Maybe you can bend your left knee and play with Shavasana on this one. Three more breaths in your half moon. If you're in Shavasana, kick your left shin back, rotate your left shoulder up. Looking down, chair twist, left elbow, right thigh. Drop in. 5 breaths. Stay, split your arms, or drop down for side crow. So knees stay together to start. Palms come down. Just rotate this way so I have room. You can bend your elbows, lift your legs up. If you have room to extend, go for it. Breathe for 4. Now, if you're in the side crow, returning to twisting chair pose. And then everyone lift your left foot up, extend your left leg back to twisting runner's lunge. Take a breath. Looking down, pyramid. Lower your hands, straighten your leg. Just take a breath, let that go. Lower your back knee, low lunge. Option, stretch your arms up. Option, both hands inside of your foot. Right hand stays inside. Bend your left knee. Take your left hand back and then grab your foot and then open up. If you have another variation of this, go for it. Breathe for 5. And with control, release that foot, come back to pyramid. Extend both legs straight. All right, walk your right foot all the way to the left side of your mat. Drive that so it crosses over. Drive your big toe mound down. Walk your hands over to the right. And breathe here. So this pigeon sequence, I get a good amount of feedback. I know, Elena, every time you've been enjoying this. I do too. It's really been working for me. So we're going to work this sort of accordion sequence. 2 more breaths. Keep squeezing your inner thighs. Pull your right hip back. And then walk your hands forward, and we'll go 5 times. You're going to tap your right knee down to pigeon as far as you can go, and then re-extend and push your toe mound down. So it's just so nice. Over the last 2 weeks I've been doing this, right, when I'm teaching and then also just in my practice. And it's incredible how you can find really an expanded range of motion. Last one we come down and hold, right, with just persistence. Just a lot of persistence and regularity. Slide your left shin back, hook your left foot forward, and then come down into your pigeon pose. So I'm gonna stick with pigeon on my forearms today because when I'm here, I can lift my left knee, wrap my left hip forward, and then pull my right sitting bone back. You can, of course, come onto your chest or take another variation that you would like. This angle has been working here. I can really feel my right glute activation as I pull my right sitting bone back. Let's take another minute or so here and just settle in. A lot of movement so far. Take 2 more deep breaths here. walk your hands back. And downward dog. You can lift your leg, pedal out, flip your dog. If you want to come through a vinyasa here. Okay, last side. Let's finish this off. Roll out. And then sink your hips, modified up dog. And then left knee to nose, push the ground away. Lower your shin, lift your heart. Right from there, from center, pull up, fallen triangle. Flip your dog or split. You can drop it around. Reach, take a breath. Left arm forward, maybe you can stay there, warrior two. Come on in. Let's breathe for 5. Two more breaths, spread your toes, sink down into your hips. Reverse your warrior. Skandasana, right leg. Now bring your hands down, rotate your left foot down, and walk out. Push your hips back behind you. Keep pressing your inner left thigh to the front of your mat, and against that, bend your right knee deeper. Breathe 4 more breaths. Start to walk your hands back, reverse warrior. Inhale. Half moon pose. Your option of what you're playing with here. Maybe Shavasana, maybe a balance, maybe a traditional half moon. Three more breaths. Chair twist. Drop down, right elbow, left thigh. Stay here, split your arms, or drop down, side crow. Now, think a plank. Start to bring your heart forward towards chaturanga. Again, if you have the room to straighten your legs or kick your right leg back, left leg out, go for it. 4 breaths. Straighten your legs, Reagan. Back down, twisting chair pose. Lift your right foot and just stretch it back, twisting runner's lunge. Take a breath, final breath in this twist. Looking down, pyramid, let it go. Take a moment. And then runner's lunge. You can stretch your arms up. Play with a variation. I'm going to go with left hand inside of my left foot. My tricep and my knee lock so that stay sort of my base. Bend your right knee. Reach back and catch your foot. And then sink your hip forward and breathe into that. Two more breaths. I feel something fluffy on my leg. Release with control. Hands down. Pyramid. That's it. Okay. Walk your left foot all the way over to the right side of your mat. Again, just squeeze your inner thighs, walk your hands over to the left, push your big toe mound down. This little twist, this nice big left outer thigh stretch. And then walking forward, tap your left knee to the ground or towards the ground, and then re-extend. Again, lower and stretch. Two more full ones. And then pigeon pose. All right, we're down. And then again, find your variation here. If there was one, like bending your knee. Otherwise, wrap your right hip forward, pull your left sitting bone back, and then just breathe into that left glute. Halfway, about 5 more deep breaths here. Walking it back. Last time, the down dog. Press back. Take a moment, pedal, flip it. And one more flow, plank pose. Chaturanga into your back bend. And back to down dog. Tap your knees down. And swing your legs out in front of you. Have a seat. All right, let's feel all that external rotation we did, what that accomplished for our inner thighs. So Badakanasana, you can bring your feet in as close as you'd like. You can also come more towards Shavasana, which is feet a little bit forward. So when I do Bada, I usually stay upright. The more forward I come, the more I round, because my knees don't come down. So I like to take my elbows inside of my calf muscles, drive them down, and then just breathe into your inner thighs. Of course, if you can come forward and release, just try to lengthen your heart forward. And close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths here. Two more breaths. Lifting back up, stretching your legs out. Thanks a lot in your backs. As you lie back, windshield wipe your legs. And then setting up one back bend here, coming into bridge or wheel. Lift yourself up. And drive your feet down. If you're in bridge, drive your forearms down. If you're in wheel, wrap your elbows in. Maybe you can straighten your arms or move towards it. 3 more breaths. Okay, lower down. Draw your knees in. Give yourself a squeeze. And then dropping your knees over to the left side of your body. Right shoulder down for an easy twist or a variation if you'd like. And just enjoy. Take a few deep breaths here. Coming back to center and dropping your knees over to the right. Keeping your left shoulder on the ground. Take a few deep breaths in your twist. Returning to center, stretching your legs out, coming into Shavasana. Take at least 5 minutes here to completely relax, and as always I will leave you here and have a great weekend, and thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.